You were absent in the last lecture? You were absent in the last lecture. You were absent in the last module. So for the new students, I am starting the outline. So this is the course title, this is my name, the room number, and this is the extension. This is my email address. Mid 1 15, mid 2 15, final exam 40, lab 20, and 10 assignment. So 20 plus 10, 30 marks, that is for assignment. This is the textbook, design patterns, elements of reusable object-oriented software design by Gang of Four. It's available in electronic form, you can download. This is the reference book, the software engineering by Pressman. And now we have the outline. So overview of object-oriented design, UML, design patterns, coupling, cohesion, pattern types. So this is all the course content. The assignment I already showed you in the last lecture, but the few students were missing. We have 3 assignments. Write a report on design metric is the first one, individual, 10 marks. Comparison of MVP versus MVC, individual, 10 marks. Comparison of design patterns, group assignment, like a project, 2 to 3 students. Each student will take 2 or 3 design patterns and he will write the design and the code both. So we will design the pattern, we will code it by using the pattern types. And this one before mid 1, 10 marks, finish. You have presentation, finish. This one before mid 2, 10 marks, finish. No more after that. And this is before the final, 1 week before the final, finish, 10 marks. So 10, 10, 10, 30 marks. Any question? Oh. So in the last lecture, we started our course. That our course is composed of 3 words: software, design, and the pattern. And collectively the subject software design pattern. So we started last lecture with the definition of software. What is software? Do you remember? Mr. Khalid? Software?
Good. Sets of organized codes to deliver some output.
Is it? Set of instructions that are organized or grouped logically to perform a task. What is logic, my friend? Logic. Logic is a generic concept, not specifically to computer.
Or due to the logic able to reason.
Yes, suburb, but able to reason. But what is the objective? Plus minus. Mr. Khalid, will you help us by tarif of logic? Battak. Google Translate. Yes, Mr. Yazid. Reasoning process, sabab, to make a conclusion or goal. Reasoning, sabab, to make sense, to make a goal, or decision. A reasoning process to reach a conclusion or goal. Like we are trying to clear the concept of software by some examples. Like for example Hotmail, Yahoo, Google, King Abdulaziz, Odes Plus, Angels, Centra, we have many systems. Or generic inventory system, payroll system, library system. This is the logic. Every system has logic. Even your brain, you use logic, which is called natural intelligence, IQ. How quickly you grasp the things, how quickly you understand the things. This is called natural intelligence. And we have artificial intelligence. By using natural, which is the standard, human intelligence, we develop software that have or has artificial intelligence. For example, robotics is the most popular example. Robotics is the most popular example. The robot will do operation like human being. Now robots are used in all over the world for production, for manufacturing, for surgery, operations, medical doctor like medical doctor, brain operation, heart operation, kidney operation, liver operation, with more precision and accuracy, because they don't have feeling. They don't have family problem, social problem, parking problem,
But doctor, they already
Tiara problem. Yes.
they already applied.
Yes, it's applied in production from many years, and now they started in medical purposes.
It's good for medical.
Yes. So, but logic is there. Even Hotmail has logic. So you need logic. We have types of logic we already discussed in the last lecture. Mr. Khalid, types of logic. Your whole team is absent today. They changed, dropped the course? With the Dr. Jal. Okay. Processing and business logic. So there are two types, processing logic and the business logic. Processing, logic, arithmetic operators, plus, minus, divide, average, mod, they calculate. Like sum is equal to num1 plus num2. Sum is equal to num1 plus num2. You need a logic, processing logic. How many types, how many steps are there to code a program we discussed in the last lecture? How many? 1, 2, Khamsa, Arba, 4 steps. The first, initialize the variable, declare the variables. Second, input instructions. Third, processing instructions. Fourth, output instructions. There are 4. So, declare your variables, input, processing and output. But processing is the core, heart. If you remove that, your software will not work. Even you have the input, output, but if formula is wrong, you will get wrong answer. Like in the exam, question is different and answer is different. Question is something else and student is writing something else. What doctor will do? Cross, 0. Like I am asking about design and he is writing about the code. I am asking about the code and he is writing about the design. Same thing, if your formulation is wrong, your result is wrong. Customer will say, this is not what I needed. Software is not working according to my requirements. It is giving me something else. Wrong results. Like in banking, if there is a mistake, you know what will happen? The bank will have loss in millions and billions. Well, a lot of calculations are there. One mistake will collapse everything. Like I remember, in England, ATM machine start giving double money. Like you are inquiring for 5,000 real, giving 10,000. But people are ethical, they return the money to the bank. But I don't think so this will happen in the third world countries. Thank you very much. It's not my fault. Nobody will accept. But the machine, there was a error. So it transaction is double. Every transaction. Mistake, error in the software of the machine. Then we were discussing about the business logic. We are missing student about the business. Yeah, Mr. Khalid, business logic. Yes, Yazid. Business rules to run a company or business. Rules to run a company or business. Misal? Misal. Taxi, leasing. Leasing, taxi. Like car leasing. Toyota, Nissan, GMC. You have 1 year contract, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. So logic, the formulation is the same, logic is different. Formulation is the same formula. But variables will get different values for different categories. For 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. So formulation is not changed. Business logic is changed for each category. Interface is the same. Yes. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. Okay. Another example, tax. We don't have tax system, but all over the world we have taxes. So whatever the price plus tax, sales tax, in salaries, tax is deducted. You purchase anything, tax will be deducted. So tax is calculated, retail price plus tax. So when you go to Hyperpanda, Danube, you go to the cash counter, so the prices, the quantity, formulation, The processing logic is there. And at the back end, the business logic. What is the value? The price for each item is coming from the back side. He just scan by the reader, the price will come on the machine. This one, this one, this one, this one, and the total. This is your bill. You pay, it will calculate and finish. So you have the processing and you have the business logic, both. That both are needed. So that was the discussion about the software. Now design, we already covered in 250 design, we already covered in 251, and he is taking 2 courses with me. In economics I also covered the basic, so design is there. Tarif, define, design in generic. Then we will talk about specific. Okay? What is design? Ship. Mr. Yazid, you forgot. Design. Design is also called intelligence phase. Decision making phase. Like generating maximum solution of the problem and selection of the best alternatives, solutions, and pick the best one. This is called design. For example, when I ask you a question or float a question, your brain start working on different answers, and then you answer me the best one based on your experience, based on your knowledge, based on experience and the knowledge, expertise. Or another example, if I ask you to go to Khalid bin Walid Road, which is very popular for hardware, lot of hardware shops are there, software shops are there, to purchase some hard disk, CD, ROM or DVD or whatever, keyboard, mouse, and come back within 1 hour. Now there are many routes, many paths to go to Khalid bin Walid Road. For example, Shara Palestine, Talia, Medina Road, blah blah blah. Now you will think there is 1 hour. Is it office hours or school hours? Is it office hour or school hours? Or then you will pick maybe long route, but make sure you can come back within 1 hour. How you know that Palestine is crowded? Based on your experience. So maybe you will not use Palestine, you will use Tahliya or Medina Road, and then you will reach within 1 hour. So that is the design. Automatically your brain will design. You will not experiment new route, because you know maybe it will reach there or maybe it will not reach there. So you will not experiment, new experiment, no. You will use the previous experience. That is the design. Now comes to the software design. The 2 words together. Software design. We have different types of design, like for example, architectural design. First, algorithm is far. First is the architecture. Like this building needs architecture. Bridge or Burj Dubai or KLCC building, the Twin Tower, Eiffel Tower, or the World Trade Center, or any shopping mall, Aziz Mall, Undalas Mall. You need architecture first, and then you will construct it. Same for the software. First you have the architecture, then you go for algorithm or the code. Now, we discussed in the last lecture that we have different positions: programmer, team lead, then architect, project manager, system analyst, quality assurance engineer is there. But system architect job is to design the architecture of the system. System architect, like the architectural engineering, he will design 3 or 4 alternative architectures, and then stakeholders will sit together. I use the term stakeholder. Define stakeholder. Stakeholder. For example, misal, administration, yes, my friend, stakeholder. It's a little bit unclear. There is something missing.
People who are direct or indirect involved in the project. Like, for example, customer who involved in the project. This is indirect. Direct, like system analyst.
Team.
Team, yeah.
Use specific word. Otherwise, we will start counting the team members. No need. Be specific, composed. Team. Anybody else? Anybody who has interest in the project. Anybody who has interest in the project. Benefited from the project. For example, customer, end users. They don't have any monetary benefit, but they are the people who are going to use the system. They are the people who are going to use the system. If system is wrong or bad, they will suffer. Like we are suffering with few systems. I don't want to mention, but you know what I am talking about. So, the people, if system is not user friendly, users will suffer. Team, software development team is the stakeholder. Board of directors, board of governors who are going to invest in the customer's company. Like you remember Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was the founder of Apple. But because of his policies, the board of directors or board of governors fired him, kicked him out of his company, his own company. They said, thank you very much. We don't need your services. Then he made another company, some cinema company. And then that company was profitable, and then Apple merged that company. And then he was returned and again become the chief executive. So board of directors or board of governors has so much power that they can fire the owner of the company as well. Because their money is involved. They are investing money in the company. They have shares in the company. So they have right. So they are also stakeholder. Any of the representative of stakeholder will sit together with the team, with the project manager and all, and then they will finalize the best solution, best design, best architecture for the system. Best architecture for the system. So that is the software design phase, where architecture of the system is completed. We already covered use cases, class diagram, sequence diagram in 251. Covered? Hope so. 50-50. It should be 100%. Covered. Damn sure. And in this course we will cover few of the diagrams that is missing there to complete the architectural design of the system. Before I go towards the pattern, we have some design details. Design I already covered. Formulate the maximum alternative solutions of the problem and select the best one based on your experience and knowledge. What are main types of design? Your name? Abdul Rahman. I forgot your name. Riyad. Mr. Jamal. Mahmoud Jamal. I know. You're Mr. Khal. Types of design. Mr. Yazid. Anybody? We have two types of design. We have logical design and we have physical design. Logical and the physical. Logical design. Logical design. You must have kalam warka. Lazim. Inshallah. After there is one statement missing after that. The record, when I will close the recording, then I will deliver. Because you must have the notes of the lecture. During the logical design, we design forms and reports. Interface design. And by designing forms and reports, we will finalize the interfaces and the dialogues. Pop-up messages, dialogue, help file, something, and we do the normalization. This is called logical design of the system. This is called logical design of the system. Let's talk about the form. What is a form? Window. Yeah, Mr. Yazid. Form. There are two very popular definitions for form. One is from the business point of view, other from the technical point of view. First I will cover the business one. Form is a document. Form is a document that has some predefined data and some space needs to be filled by the user. Yeah, business. Name, father name, contact, address, mobile number, blah blah blah. the detail. Like example, registration forms. Like you want to open account in Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, you have to register. PayPal, you have to register. Samba, you have to register. Yes. Form is a business document that has some predefined data and some space needs to be filled by the user. Has some predefined data already defined on the form, like name, father name, contact, address, already defined, and space is there. So user can fill his information, personal information. That is, some space needs to be filled by the user. That is the form. Clear? Now comes to the technical. Form is a container. A form is a container. Have you seen containers? Should I write here? Container. When you go to Makkah highway or Medina highway, you can find many containers. The carrying goods, because Jeddah is the seaport. So they are carrying goods to the other cities, Dammam, Medina, Riyadh. So they are shipping these things through container. So container is a large space, it can contain many things. Exactly like the form window is a container that contains other components, holds other components that can hold. Text box, text field, label box, command button, check box, option box, frame, tags. So that is the form. Technically, it's a container. It contains other components. Host, like a server, it hosts other components. Then we have report. Report.
Document that contains information. What have you done? What have you been done?
Abdurrahman.